Hey everybody, Crash here, DM for this campaign. If you're watching this, just a heads up, we did not record these sessions or stream them. So episodes 1 through 23 are just summed up by me and the players of Bubbles, Claximus, and Analura as we sort of look back at the beginning of the campaign in those early episodes and try our best to remember what happened and provide some kind of context for what happened in the earlier days of the campaign. So they're short, they're sweet, I hope, and they help sort of establish the history of the campaign that has spanned 2 years and over 100 sessions. So hope you enjoy.
Um, so let's see. So that's when you guys were like, cool, we'll investigate these missing people because we hate slavers. So this is where another Ghost of Saltmarsh adventure got intersected or injected into the campaign. It was the House That Crawls, or gosh, I don't remember what they called it. But anyways, you guys had to go and investigate an old ruin that was like a haunted house or some shit. Um, you traveled to a house atop a large cliff. You began to investigate a spooky manor. It was full of, rot and cobwebs and all that. And, yeah, it's full of bugs, bats. Let's see. No actual ghosts right away. Oh, yeah. But then rot grubs, one of the strongest monsters in the 5th Age of Magic. Nearly killed Sandara. So that was the thing. Then you find out more. Oh, that's when you finally triggered 5 encounters without dying, and you got to learn about the City of Gold. So over 3 millennia ago, the Wizard King, Happy Friendly Wizard, Tar-Bathon, laid a trap for the god Aerodin. He was killed and later rose as the Whispering Tyrant. The site he arose in is known as the Isle of Terror. It is said to be inhabited by all manner of strange and twisted creatures, certain death. He was lonely on his island. He tried to escape with his powers, but he could not. He used his transmutation magic to learn how to turn everything to gold. The Jewel of Everlasting Gold is a legendary artifact that can turn anything they touch into gold. This island appears every 2 centuries, but when it arises, it appears for only 72 hours. He is a powerful lich that just lives on the island forever. Demons, devils, dragons, constructs. The City of Gold and Death lies in the center of the island. The entire place is cloaked in wild magics. It is surrounded by 3 wild magic hurricanes. Actual legitimate dragons wander the land. Terror toads, skeletons made of gold. Dot 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 dot. Wow. Wow, that sounds like an endgame dungeon if I've ever heard of one.
I'm pretty certain at this point I was like, all right, where the fuck is it? Let's go.
This is also when you find about this guy Samblanet, or Mayonnaise, as Claximus kept calling him. And basically, this is also when you encountered, let's see, Kenrich Chipper Zane, and found out that these guys worked for a bigger slave organization who worked for a pirate captain named Sigmar Snake Eyes, a Yuan-Ti. And the slavers are members of the Sea Ghost. So then, you guys decided that, let's see.
Oh, well, in session 21, I
Yeah.
think that's when Lift joined.
Is it?
Yeah, because I talk about Lift in the thing. Unless he joined with Fortune.
No, he definitely joined after Fortune. Because
I know when he joined. He joined when we got, the fire stuff.
Yeah,
Fire because
I don't think
Lift transforms into a massive brown bear at the top of session 21.
We quickly. Oh yeah, Lift transforms into a massive brown bear. Okay, yeah. So this is when Lift, who was also hired by Charney, to help deal with problems on the island, teams up with you guys. Yeah, there we go. So this is the first appearance of Lift. Is Session 21 Sausage Party. That's an appropriate name for the episode where Lift shows up. Let's see. Yeah. Lift transport to Massive Bear. Restore the rest of the centipedes. Door. That's where you found the skeletal alchemist who was studying Tarbathon's methods, trying to recreate the glimmering golden gem or whatever. And that's where you, on Alora, found a bunch of mysterious potions that you know had weird effects, and also, God, is that where you got your bag of holding? I think that's where you guys got the bag of
No,
holding. No?
no.
Okay.
I remember because there was a bag of holding in the wall. This
Yeah.
was in session 22.
Yeah.
The paladin, Rie-san, who
Yeah. Who was
joined
with
us
us
for that one session,
for one session, right?
took the bag of holding and never came back.
Yeah, he left with it. Yeah,
Wow. Yeah,
and
that
you
was
were
some
like,
shit.
"Fuck you." He left with it. We were like, "Oh
Yeah,
man."
damn. All right. Oh man. And then you found these 6 unknown potions that you then later identified. And then Elixir of New Life was one of those items. Oh man. Okay, yeah. This got crazy. So then session 23, Privateers of Firegrass Island. All right. Small room has comfortable furnishings and a bed, wooden locker. You find a bunch of stuff inside. Bentbeak Charney officially makes you privateers and will pay you for taking down other pirates. I guess you could technically swing by and get 300 gold pieces a pop for all of the shit you took out later in the campaign, which we won't mention here. But I guess this offer was never rescinded. So if you guys wanted some chump change, you could swing by and demand Bentbeak Charney pay you for your efforts. You guys rolled up on the Sea Ghost, which is smaller than your current ship. Probably had a crew of 15 to 20 people. The ship has only been seen at night. The crew is very into poisons, and their captain goes by the name Snake Eyes. Is said to be a Yuan-Ti. The Yuan-Ti lean heavily towards the evil spectrum. They're okay with slavery and human sacrifice. And this is where you guys made a decision that you were going to try to ambush them in the Kraken's teeth. And that is where we started recording, was episode 24, where you prepared the ambush for the Sea Ghost. Wow.
Wow.
What a fucking journey. Good stuff.
That's only a fraction of. Yeah.
Any comments to close out our recap of these first 23 episodes? Wow.
They were good times. Good simple times. When you just had to fight things. And
Or shoot something with a
win.
fucking cannon, point blank.
Yeah.
I feel like you still basically just fight things, Claximus. Do you feel like that's not the case? I mean, are you?
Now I have to put a little strategy in it, you know?
Oh, okay.
A tiny
Okay.
bit. I have to like be aware.
Ah, man.
Still
Wow.
fun.
Yeah, it was definitely a different time in the campaign. It was that low magic. Everything was very dangerous. I don't know. I played a lot of D&D. I played low level D&D and I played high level D&D. The low level stuff is always gets my blood pumping a lot harder than the higher level stuff. The higher level stuff is very like tactical. There's a lot of thinking, there's a lot of strategy, but like I don't know, the simple times of low level and everything is fucking dangerous. I don't know, it's exciting. It's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Fast and Furious, right? Like, you know, like we go from just normal stuff to heist to spies,
Right,
to now
right.
space. You know, like that's how it is.
I
You know,
do
with
I
the
do
simple
feel
times.
that we're stuck in an ever escalating cycle of more and more crazy shit in this campaign.
What can we do
Yeah.
to top?
The crazy thing is those 23 sessions that we just talked about, they're not nearly as wild as the stuff we get through later too.
Yeah.
I mean, like some
Yeah.
moments for sure, but
Yeah. It was more of like a prelude of what's to come. And I mean,
I felt like the first 23 episodes did exactly what they needed to do. They established that there was a pirate campaign, and it was a low-level pirate campaign, and because you were low level, it was relatively lower magic. And then as the magic started to come online, so too did the more fantastical stuff, and we stopped being Black Flag, and we started becoming more One Piece as things began to get more and more magical and crazy. So, and I don't think that was a bad thing at all. I really enjoy this campaign, and as crazy as it sounds, almost everything from the 6 books has been in our campaign, though often it's been reskinned to be like, oh, now you're in the Underdark, or now you're here, or now you're there. But we did pretty much hit all the story beats from the original Skull Shackles adventure, but reimagined to be more appropriate for the kind of campaign we ended up running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a nice stroll down memory lane. There's a lot of shit that, like, I mean, any long running campaign, it's almost impossible to remember everything,
Yeah.
right?
Well, we're very fortunate that Analura took such incredible notes early on in the campaign. I think once you were sure that we were going to stream every episode, you kind of eased up on the notes, because you were like, if we really need to, we could just check the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I took notes up to like I think 80, and then that's when I was just like, I'm not taking notes anymore.
Well, a lot happens.
Yeah.
A lot happens. So
yeah. Well, is there any? Because, and again, this is completely out of ignorance, but were there any episodes that like didn't get recorded properly? Within that 80?
I don't think so.
I think we got all of them, but
I think we've had a pretty good run on recording, because because when Claximus can't record, Analura can record, and I don't think there's been a time where neither of you could record. I don't think. I think if there was a night like that, we just don't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, because normally
if there's ever a problem with the save, like the recording, I always have the stream.
Yeah.
To fall back on. And if the streams mess up, I always had the recording to fall back on.
But now, once these videos are up, are converted into VODs and thrown up, we'll have a complete playlist.
Yeah. We now all we gotta do is I remember now we gotta go kill Bentbeak.
Why do we have to kill Bentbeak?
Hey, he's a free captain, man.
You just gonna take all of the free captains out?
Yeah.
We don't need to take all the free. We just need to become in charge.
So
flawless victory, no question.
For me, this trip down memory lane was very useful, because you guys will be, having a big throwdown at the end of the campaign, and all the free captains and previous bosses in the whole game are going to want to show up for the shit. But more importantly, I got to remember that Diodario wanted to name the ship D's Nutsadario. So for me, this recap was worth it just for that one nugget. That one golden nugget right there.
I forgot about D's Nutsadario.
D's Nutsadario. I mean, wow. What a precocious and lovable magical item, that Diodario.
I can't believe that he was a joke. You know what I mean? Like, that fucking Skull started out as like a Valentine's Day joke.
Yeah,
and now he has his own story arc, fucking love interest, the whole 9 yards.
Well, that's probably my favorite part about this campaign, is how you guys elevate just the most random fucking NPCs to become like a part of the story. I don't know. I just think that's really neat. That happens in all my campaigns, but in this campaign especially, I feel like you guys actually care about the NPCs and involve the NPCs in your adventures and your stories, and there's this whole like evolving cast beyond just the main characters that I think just adds like richness to like your characters as well, because every D&D campaign is like my PC and how they interact with the other PCs, but your guys characters are reflected back at them by this huge cast of like persistent NPCs that you continue to like love and care for and develop. And I think that makes your characters like even more rich and detailed, because we're seeing them not just through the other party members' eyes, but through all these different lenses, you know? And I
Yeah,
think that's one of the biggest strengths of this campaign.
that's something too, where you said like the campaign evolved into something similar to One Piece.
Yeah.
That's a huge part of One Piece. Like, it's not just like the core crew; it's the outside world and all the other players in it that kind of live and breathe and grow
Yeah.
at the same rate. And this is like, this is a very, very special campaign in that I've never seen any like. You know, we've played a lot of fucking D&D.
Yeah.
Right? We played a lot of D. It's very rare outside of like a West Marches scenario where players are creating their own fucking NPCs
Yeah.
to find something like this where
Yeah.
things
It's
like,
definitely unique among all the games I've run. Like Skull and Shackle, our Skull and Shackles game is completely unique among all the campaigns I've ever run. It is easily the most distinct and unique of all the campaigns I've run. So it's been amazing. I don't mean to talk about it like it's gonna die, but you know, we are approaching the end. We will be finished by the end of the year. So I mean, there's that.
I say that every year.
No, it's for sure. I have it mapped out for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
And then we go to space.
No,
And
Then we go
no.
to space.
Back up again.
All right, so
Yeah.
I have talked to Red. You guys will be able to go to space, but it will be like, you know, a mini series spin-off of, you know, post-campaign like spin-off kind of
Red's
thing.
the DM.
Oh man.
Well,
Is it,
Red's really good at Spelljammer, so it would be a Spelljammer thing. So
fuck yeah.
yeah.
I was thinking that we could.
But then
we
I could
retire.
I could play as a player if Red's the DM, and I'll just control like 6 NPCs instead of one character. Yeah, I'll play as the B team. I'll just play as the B team. I'll be 5 characters. So
What was it? No, we I was always thinking that we could always retire to the plane of elemental water. You know what I mean?
the problem with that is the whole thing's underwater.
Not always. There's surface. There's islands.
Oh yeah, it's a big cube. That's right.
Yeah.
And there are some islands up on the surface where it starts to get closer to the elemental plane of Earth. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I was thinking elemental plane of air. You take your airships there. Good. I mean, that
true.
place is pretty dope. But really, though, yeah, like where else would you go after all the things that you've done? So
I think Spelljammer. Really
yeah,
is the
Spelljammer
next
is
step.
the perfect place to go next. And then after that, you go to hell. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
So Vernus,
Yeah, you go full Infernus.
I don't know if Vernus has a big enough ocean. I know one of the 9 hells is an ocean. So
We'll
that's
just
a
make-
frozen. It's a frozen ocean, I think.
Yeah, well, just make Analura turn it into those fucking
No,
like
there's-
race cars. All the boats are
the
Analura, make them all race cars.
8th level's a frozen ocean, yes, but there is one that is just a big poisonous ocean. So maybe we could
Wow,
do
that
something
sounds
like
terrible.
that where you go up against like Davy Jones or the D&D equivalent kind of deal, like in hell. That'd be kind of dope.
That would be cool. Like, I honestly like Skull Shackles. Is
I'm
one of those
surprised they
things
don't have like a version of him in.
Or
yeah.
you guys could go full
Yeah.
Deadpool, and you could just start traveling to every adventure and adventure path that has pirates and kill them.
that'd be cool.
We're the only pirates left.
Like Ravenloft introduces a Dread Lord, and she is a undead pirate, so you could go after her. And then you could just, I don't know, we could do like a Pirates of the Caribbean crossover, get sued by Disney. You could go take out Captain.
yeah.
You could go out. You could take out Captain Hook.
I know a lot of these are fucking jokes, but I'm totally down, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want Skull Shackles, dude.
Yeah.
I love Skull Shackles.
Disney's Treasure Planet. You just go fucking take out Disney's
Oh,
Treasure
yeah.
Planet. Yeah. We'll basically we'll do like mini series like I'm doing with Storm King's Thunder, where you just keep going after like other media pirates. So you're the reason Napster got shut down. You go to like you go to the year
early
like
2000s.
yeah, the early 2000s. You guys are the ones that took out Napster. Yeah, it'll be fantastic. So Pirate Bay, you got that was you guys.
We open it up at
Yeah.
our own port. You know? Yeah.
Fantastic.
No, but seriously, like I think, like I know, like sequels always suck, but I think a Spelljammer sequel to Skull Shackles is a super logical choice.
I mean,
And, like-
Terminator 2 proves that sequels don't always suck.
That is true,
Also,
yeah.
my Storm King's Thunder miniseries, the two that I've run so far, I think they were both pretty fucking cool. So I think that post-campaign miniseries are definitely the way to go, because not everybody wants to keep playing the campaign. It is something that you'll learn. Like, you know, the campaign's over, and people are like, cool, I did my parts, now I'll leave. But then by having like these mini-series, it gives people a chance to like come back and like revisit the characters and play them again just for a little bit, and then, you know, come back again later. So that's something that I'm definitely into. And it also allows like higher level play with a bit more focus, because you're like, well, we're doing a mini series, so it's a little linear, but you guys are going to be like level 15 or 16 or 17 or whatever it is. So yeah, like there's a lot of cool things that could be done post campaign. But oh man. All right. Awesome. So now I just have to chop up 2 hours and 30 minutes of footage into a bunch of like 15-minute clips and throw them up onto the YouTubes, and we will have a full library for our Skull Shackles adventures.
Yay.
Nice. All right.
You sure you don't want to just go back and like replay them and pretend?
No.
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 Okay. All right.
Revisiting this stuff, this was chock. This was chock full of content. I don't feel like there were too many sessions that were kind of boner sessions. Rereading this, definitely a lot happened. But then
Yeah.
to think about what did happen, and then to know what does happen, I agree with Analura. This is nothing compared to the crazy shit that you guys eventually get up to.
Yeah.
Like, it just gets more and more insane as the campaign goes on.
Yeah, some of these opening adventures though does having knowledge of these does make some of the later events more meaningful and like cooler too.
We reference Dead Zondos a lot.
Yeah, we build upon a lot of the events that happened in these 23 episodes, and yeah, being able to actually like finally understanding like what happened during that time, like Harpy Gate, stuff like that, and other stuff.
Understanding Sandara like beginning makes her arc feel a lot better too. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Betrayed by her sister, had her position of high priestess stolen, sold into slavery, like the whole deal. Yeah. Yep. Oh
Yeah.
man.
In general, it's just I think it's and you know, for the people that are watching these that haven't experienced Skull and Shackles, I mean, this is just the beginning. Because the next session, 24, that's when Chicane appears.
Oh yes, the
No.
real BBEG of the campaign. Oh man.
And that's when things really start kicking off, because we also start getting our full cast very, very soon.
Yeah, you guys get to skip a lot of heartache and sadness from the IRL player side. We lost a lot of good people.
Yeah, we had a lot of trouble getting those spots to fill and stay filled. Yeah.
There was, and this doesn't come across. The 6th spot stayed empty for a long fucking time.
Yeah, the game was
Like-
always open for 6 players, and we very rarely had a 6 player and very rarely kept a 6 player. The same thing happened to Saltmarsh Sun, actually. I was willing to run that as 6 players, and we could not keep a 6 person. Now, admittedly, it was a Sunday morning time slot, which, good God, why would anybody do that to themselves? But, yeah, it was the same idea. But then eventually, eventually, our very special golden boy showed up, and then it was complete.
Yeah, lift.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
you know the one, the fighter, the
Django.
swashbuckler, shooter guy, the gunslinger. Yeah, he showed up. So, leaving you without a rogue, but it's whatever.
Yeah, one day, one of these days, they're gonna get a rogue.
We get a ship wizard and we get a
Or
rogue.
shoot at a rogue. Maybe a bard. We'll pick up a bard eventually.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Awesome. Okay. I think we've recapped all the recap that we need. So thank you very much, guys. I will release you back into the wild so that you can enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night. And we will continue our adventure Thursday with more Skull and Shackles as you guys do that thing that you were doing.